What's up, everybody? It is AJ, aka Grim Horizon TV. Happy Thursday. I am now back with part 2 of finishing what I started 24 years ago. I have the Vault-X binder fully loaded with all the sets we talked about in the previous video, which were Base, Jungle, Fossil, Base 2, Black Star promos, the best of game cards. It's all in there. I'll show you front to back as far as what I have and the making of the binder here shortly. First things I want to do was address the channel itself and how I see it proceeding, at least for the foreseeable future. I want to do 2 full videos twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. And for Thursdays, today's video, it also coincides what I've been doing on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, the handle is the exact same, Grim Horizon TV. I've been doing something cool with the company Showcase Cards. They make phone cases for a variety of different brands, and you can put actual like TCG cards in them, Pokemon, whatever you have, sports. So this is my week 5. So I'm going on to week 6 right now. I have a Shining T-Tar in there for this whole last week, so I figured why not show the swapping of the cards and do it on the intro of the video every Thursday. So T-Tar is coming out, and what I plan on putting in this week is my Shining Raichu. This card is also destroyed. I love beat up cards. These 2 right here, once I collect the rest of the Shinings that I'm missing, are all going to be a sequential set of PSA 1s, deeming they all get 1s, but they're pretty beat. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little bit for you. This Raichu's seen some stuff. I found this at a show like 2 months ago. It's beat. It's lived in somebody's binder, shoebox, who knows what. But this is what I'm going to be rocking for this whole next week. Now, the case itself is actually, it's pretty sweet. The owner of the company, Sam, I've been going back and forth with him for weeks now. We've been collabing pictures with every card that I choose every week. But he gave me a little bit of the backstory of the company as well. It's been a work in progress the last 2 years of making, refining, getting feedback, and actually coming out with the final product. Now, this one is for the iPhone 14 is what I have. I know he has new models coming out at the beginning of 2024. I know the 15's coming. I think he said the Pixel, a couple other brands. So there's a lot more on the horizon as far as what's coming out. But what made the actual backstory a little bit cool is he himself has been a collector his entire life, and everyone on his team is collectors. So I know he's got Pokemon guys, everything along those lines, different TCGs. They all love the cards. So we have people that are actually part of the community making something for the community. So I thought that was awesome here. So for week 6 is going to be my absolutely busted Shining Raichu. No, it's kind of hard to see there, but love it, love the card, and kind of looking forward to just doing a new card every week like I have been doing on Instagram, but now more on the video level for YouTube as well. So yeah, if you like what you see here, check them out. Their Instagram is just Showcase Cards. They have a website as well. They're super affordable. I think they're, don't quote me on this, like $25, $30 or something like that, depending on the model. But I've had mine for, like I said, almost 6 weeks now. This is my 6th week with the phone case, and it's holding up really well. I'm in the gym a lot. My hands are always sweaty, things like that. I throw my phone a lot. Don't beat it up, but you know, it's been holding up. There's not really a lot of damage on it or anything along those lines, and the glass is perfect. So yeah, check that out. Cool little segment I'm going with moving forward. So here in the next second, we are going to jump into the Vault-X binder. I need to get my camera set up so we can actually show it and go from there. So give me a little movie magic. It's going to not take you any time, but let's just jump right into it. All right, so we are back. I have the binder set up, propped up on another stand here. I'm a one-man show, so any feedback is definitely appreciated. I'm trying a different angle this video just to see if there's a little bit less glare from the lights. I just want to try to showcase the cards as best as possible and give you the best visual. So to recap from the last video or the first video of the series, I have base set fully in the binder, and we're just going to flip through here and just kind of check it out one more time. I've already looked at it like 30 times since I put it in here. I really think the full Shadowless set just looks sick. I've never in my life had a full base set up like this. It was always the 1 through 150 or 151, whatever you want to call it, in my old school binder. So seeing it fully set up like this is just kind of awesome. Now, base is done, and all the other sets are in here, so we're going to cut real quick. I'll show you the actual putting of Jungle into the binder. All right, so I went ahead and showed Jungle and Fossil. I kind of thought about it again, so instead of just refilming it, I want to just not have any more cuts and kind of just go through the rest of the binder and talk about it. So now that you saw the install, quote unquote, of all the cards, this is everything finished. So front to back, we already started with base. We're going to go through Jungle here. I have every single card for Jungle. I don't have any of the missing symbol cards in here. I do like error cards, and I keep those separate. So I do have a bunch of missing symbol cards in like my PC binder, but this is just going to be every single Jungle card from the series. Now, Jungle and Fossil are both kind of small sets. There's only, 64 cards in Jungle, and then we move in Fossil. I like Fossil more than I like Jungle. I think the cards are a little bit cooler. I think the Pokemon themselves is a little better variety of what I like. The Raichu's always sick. Gengar cards are sick. I even like that Haunter card. So yeah, Fossil is dope. I have, for both Jungle and Fossil, I have a bunch of Unlimiteds, first edition. So it's just whatever the cream of the crop was when I put it together in the old binder, which was the Ultra Pro that I took all of these out of. So the Jungle and the Fossil and the rest were all actually in binders. Base set was the only one that was in those top loaders. So with Fossil done, now we're getting into base 2. So base 2 is the next chronological set that came out after Fossil. When I had it in the box, there wasn't a lot in there. I only had, I want to say it was like 51, 52 cards. So when I started this video, this was last Monday. It's almost going on 2 weeks now of filming, creating a binder, tracking down more cards, things along those lines. So I started with about 50 something cards last week for base 2. And I kind of want to give a shout out to a bunch of friends in the community and shops, because I am now sitting at 100 and something cards out of the 130. I'm only like 20 something, or I think 20 something cards away from being done with base 2 within a matter of a week. So one thing, I don't actually think I've mentioned it before, I can easily go on eBay, TCG, just buy any of these cards that I need and put them in the binder. I refuse to do it for any of the sets I'm collecting. So be it my old school sets, be it even new sets, I'm doing a master set of Pokemon 151 in Japanese. All the Master Balls I acquire are quote unquote in the wild. I don't buy online. I will only trade through my Instagram or in person. So I go to a lot of shows. Almost every weekend I'm at a show, or every other weekend. There's a lot of Pokemon shops in the area, and pretty much everyone knows what I'm doing. So if they run across Master Balls or now old school sets, they're reaching out to me. They're letting me know what's available, where it's at, how much, things along those lines. So for the base 2, I jumped up like 60 something cards within the matter of the last 7-10 days. So a bunch of my buddies, Glenn, GR3 on Instagram, he gave me like 30-40 cards of just pure bulk, like the commons, the uncommons from his childhood collection that he had dupes of. Pokey Pete, he has a YouTube and actual Instagram as well. Got a bunch of holos off his trade binder at the last card show we were at last weekend. Daniel Layout, the Charizard came from him. I broke that out of a PSA 7 slab. Bunch of shops in the area, the Poke Shop 704, the Ketchum Collectibles, Rally Squirrel. I've just been piecing together, just bouncing shop to shop, friend to friend, and getting what I need. So I don't have a loading video for base 2 just because it was so little of what's in there, but this is where I'm at currently. I started last week with, I think, 4 or 5 holos, and we have jumped up quite a lot. So I am getting dangerously close to being done with this set. I know the Blastoise and the Venusaur from my childhood collection. The Charizard was broken out of the slab, and I have just been acquiring stuff nonstop. Now, the cool thing is a lot of these cards have swirls on them too. So we're almost going a full base 2 set, at least with the holos, fully swirled up, and they just look awesome. I don't know if you can see it well enough, but a lot of these cards, the holos are clean. I'm trying to find the best examples for the ones I need, but I'm keeping the old ones for what I have. Like my base 2 Alakazam, it's got some creases on it, but like I said in the previous video, I am keeping cards that mean something to me. So this card itself, that card's from my childhood collection. I am sticking with that card. But everything moving forward, that is a Minty Zard I acquired. The Scyther I picked up yesterday. I mean, it's just every day it seems like somebody's reaching out to me. So I fully appreciate everyone involved in this. And that's trying to help me put these sets together. Not as fast as possible, but it just seems that it's going quickly just because I know so many great people in the community. So we've knocked out a ton of the uncommons. There were so many holes in this last week. That's why I was kind of waiting to fill in a few spots before actually filming this part. So I need some filled in, but it's just looking awesome. I love the way base 2 is turning out. I'm kind of retracting on everything I said about base 2 in the last video that I don't like it. I actually am kind of digging it now, and I think I am preferring it over base 1 just because of the Cosmo Holos, the swirls in them. The cards just look better. So base 2 is everything here. And then we get into probably my favorite part of the binder, which is the Black Star promos. I still need quite a few Black Star promos, but we have a good chunk of them. The first page, those are the W cards, the WB cards from back in the day. So that's the original 5 there. Those 4 are stamped. I remember getting quite a few of these from going to movies or the Books A Million challenges, the playing of the game. I still have my Meowth sealed. That's the Game Boy promo. I think the Mew, was it the Mew that was given out at the movie theater? The holographic one, mine's got a fat swirl from being a kid. The cool Porygon, I love that card. I've broken the Venusaur and the Dark Persian out of slabs. Those are both in like CGC, like low grade slabs, like 5s or 6s. Perfect for the binder. Only missing 1 card across these pages. I know the Entei was one of the movie cards. I love the Pokemon Snap Pikachu. And then quite a few holes in the backside. I am missing both of the big dollar trainers. Those are probably going to be the last because they are stupid expensive to get. And then I'm just missing a good chunk of the remainder of the promos here. And moving on to the next page, the best of game, I got my first one last week. So I have none of those. I just knew looking up the sets that I wanted to complete it and at least put it in here, but I do not have a lot of those. I'm going to start tracking those down here shortly. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the binder. There was only 1 page to spare once I put this in. So it was mapped out perfectly. It is every set that I love, at least in chronological order, especially these Black Star promos. So hopefully you like the actual turnout of how this binder is. The next video I am going to make is still behind me. I have not transferred over my Team Rocket set yet, or both jungles. I am 100% done with Team Rocket, including the Secret Rare Raichu. I have a full set of Gym Heroes, and I'm missing like 9 cards for Gym Challenge. So Hopefully I run across those sooner than later. If you know me personally or friends with me on Instagram or anything along those lines, reach out. I need a Giovanni's Gyarados. Gyarados, there's one other holo I need. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I think it's one of the trainers, Koga. I need a Koga trainer holographic as well. So those are the last 2 holos. The rest are just uncommons and commons. And then we're going to put those into this Voltex binder. And I have already fully set up my Neo binder. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I have been knocking out some Neo in this last week too. I've acquired a ton of the holos. I love posting the holos on my Instagram, so go check that out as well. There are a lot of those. The Entei I picked up the other day, and it looks sick. So the Neo cards, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun completing all the Neos now that I'm getting dangerously close to being done with all the original sets. So I don't know what we're going to do after all this is done and then all of Neo is done. We might move on to another set. I don't know if I'm going to try to do any of the e-readers because those were part of the WotC. I think the next one I want to try to accomplish, besides a couple of the modern ones I'm physically working on right now, is EX Team Rocket's Returns. I'm fully aware it is going to be a massive set. I know it's going to be hard to track down all of the reverse holos. I just think that set would look absolutely amazing as a full master set with the reverses in a binder. You got gold stars in there. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be stupid, but it's just been kind of toying in the back of my head that I do want to accomplish that set one day sooner than later. Might not be this year, might not be next year, but we'll see. So again, I definitely appreciate everyone following along with now concluding part 2 of this binder. This binder is pretty much complete, at least laid out exactly how all these cards are going to remain for the rest of my life, because I'm never going to get rid of this binder. And then I will do a quick showcase recap on this binder once I have it complete. So I don't know how long it's going to take because I just need to run across these cards out at shows with friends, things along those lines. Like I said, I will not be buying any of these cards on eBay to fill in any of the holes. I want to treat it as a kid with no internet and actually have fun enjoying putting this binder together, deem it 1 card a week or whatever it ends up being. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you're kind of liking this series, how everything looks on the camera. I've already mentioned it. It's just me. I am editing these videos. I am taking all these videos. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no history or past experience in any of this. I just like sitting here playing with cards and talking about cards. So any feedback is more than welcome. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all that means the world to me right now. And yeah, appreciate you following along, and we will see you on the next one.
Don't stop.